So, sitting down at dinner with the Abbot and Vasilka, understanding the Vasilka's life is directly opposed to your mission to free the Fanes. What do you all have in mind?
So we were basically like kind of leaving off at him essentially saying that there was like no way that he would give up on what he was going for.
I don't think anything was ever said so explicitly, but I think implicitly, yes. This is somebody who's been at this for many, many years, far longer than you all have ever been here. Not someone weak of will.
You must understand that we don't want to make an enemy of you, but we came here for that stone and we can't leave here without it.
Make a persuasion. If you believe that you cannot leave here without it, perhaps you are coming to the recognition that your life is already forfeit. To the Morning Lord goes the spoils.
Perhaps you are correct, but I can't argue with you in that way. My soul has already been traded, and while I enjoy my life and don't wish to forfeit it, I understand that I may not have a choice. But we need that stone.
The Abbot is going to look to Will. Are these the friends that you keep? Have you come here in an attempt to force me into action? Do you understand why, despite your best attempt, I am still alive right now?
I'm just thinking, sh- if I am not, if I am correct, this is as Eric speaking, you are cursed like Strahd is.
You should have accepted your gift of freedom. Vasilka, go to your brother. You're not going to enjoy this. And Vasilka's going to stand up and start walking to the stairs.
I'm not sure if you realize it. Could you switch back like the map that's like in the room?
But wasn't aware that I didn't have you on it.
Oh, no worries, no worries.
This is out of character. I'm just gonna say I'm about to do something ballsy. Um, I would like to. Well, I have my whip prepared, and I would like to cast Misty Step to teleport behind the abbot and try to grapple him by the throat.
Yeah, I mean, if you've got your whip prepared, it's going to combat because you're pulling out your whip.
Absolutely.
So we should all just go ahead and roll.
100%. So, Sarkis, what are you doing here?
Like assuming then that this is basically like just all of us going in order or whatever. Is that where Vasilka is currently going to be? Like at the start here?
At present, yep, she's walking towards the stairs. You basically are watching as Eric is pulling out his whip. And that's going to be your cue. Shit's about to fan.
Okay, I got you. And was she going like southward kind of around there, or was she kind of going like northward, just out of curiosity?
Walking to the south.
Okay, I'm gonna go for I will jump up out of my chair, and then I am going to just like go straight across the table, and I'm gonna go for an unarmed strike on the abbot. I have no clue like what he's wearing, or like does he look armored at all or anything?
Looks like a human wearing a robe.
Okay, I'm just gonna let that one go.
He's just going to move his shoulder out of the way, and you're going to miss him completely.
Okay, and then like as he kind of like shrugs to the side, I'll strike out with my hand like towards like center mass, and it's unarmed strike again.
He nearly moves out of the way before you connect with him.
And as I connect, I am going to apply a stunning strike. It's 14 con save.
He's going to freeze.
And then I am going to, as he freezes, um, I'm going to.
My bad.
Oh, go ahead.
He is not going to freeze.
Okay, he still looks normal. Okay, I'm gonna bonus action. I will pull out my dagger, and I'm gonna point at. Yeah, I'm gonna point at Vasilka, and I'm gonna yell out, "Once I have removed my sacred dagger from its sheath, it cannot be returned until it smells blood." And I'm gonna do hex on her. And I'm gonna give her disadvantage on strength checks. And then I'm just gonna circle around a little bit behind the abbot. And that's it for me.
As the abbot turns to look at you, Sarkis, you're going to see as his cloak unfurls into feathers and wings, and he is going to become, or he's going to begin to kind of float above you. As he just begins to radiate light, and you see that he's holding a mace in his hands that is probably about 1.5 times your size. And he's just going to look down at you. You should have been wise enough to allow Vasilka to leave. This will not be good for you. And he's going to swing at you twice with his mace. The first one is going to hit you, and it is going to do 7 bludgeoning and 19 radiant damage to you. And then his second attack with the mace should hit you with a 21.
Yeah, it does. So 7 and 19, so 26 total.
And then the second one is going to do 5 bludgeoning and 16 radiant.
I have 1 hit point left.
And it's going to go to Eric.
Okay, so I wasn't able to cast my spell, was I?
You were not.
Gotcha.
You are in the process of doing that all now. You should still be doing it now.
Okay. Then I'm casting Misty Step. Oh, that's my, and it's a bonus action.
Sorry, that was accident.
And then I'm going to try to grapple him with the whip.
You can make a grapple check. It's an athletics. You are able to grapple him.
Okay. Does that use my whole action?
I believe that still falls under the attack action, so you still have an extra attack.
Okay. Should I? Because I'm still bonded with my rapier, I'm gonna pull that out and try to slash at his vocal cords, so he can't see if he can't do vocal spells.
I mean, you can attack him. There's
That's fine.
He moves out of the way.
Okay. And I believe that's all I can do. I can't do anything else.
And Nunya, what would you like to do?
She's gonna use her bow on him. And just stay where she is.
Just moving out of the way. You're just seeing as all of his movements are much faster than all of you.
I'm not sure if it like counted it, but there's supposed to be like a +2. Oh, it's a +2 bonus to attack rolls.
You don't think that's inside of that +7 that you have? Because it should be inside of that +7.
It probably is.
Yeah, you've got a 2 dexterity, a 3 proficiency. There's a +2 in there that's probably what you're looking for.
Okay.
Yeah, it should
Don't you
be.
have another shot?
If you have 2 dex, it should be 2 from the dex, 2 from the bonus, and 3 from proficiency. So that would give you the 7. So that should be right.
All right. Thank you.
You should have a second shot key. You don't have extra attack? Yeah, you do. And he's going to move from that as well. Going to go back around to Sarkis.
Oh, did she not do anything?
She was the only person in all of that who was surprised because she didn't notice all of the tension.
Okay, I got you. That's cool. Okay, so is there a benefit for him being grappled, like for my attacks or anything? Like,
His movement is 0. That's literally all grapple does.
okay, that's it. Okay, well, yeah, I'm just gonna unarmed strike at him again.
Still able to move out of your way, just barely.
I'm gonna go ahead and do Hand of Harm on that one.
Hand of Harm gives him disadvantage on this upcoming attack, right? Like the whole round?
Yeah, it gives him poison until the end of my next turn, I believe. I'll post it in a second, but it's necrotic damage also.
I feel like you're rolling an extra d6. Is that what that 4 is?
Yep, that's the extra d6. So it says mercy rule, inflict wounds. When you hit a creature with an unarmed strike, you can spend a key point. So he gets to take wisdom save. Or no, wait, never mind.
Yeah, I don't think there's any saving throw for him with Hand of Harm.
Yeah, it doesn't. Does it say on there poison somewhere?
Yeah, I feel like it's a different aspect of the Hand of Harm that adds the condition. I think like it's under your features where at a higher level your Hand of Harm, yeah, I think it's going to be under there. Yeah, poisoned condition.
Okay,
And
yeah,
it's
poison condition
subjected to it.
till the end of my next turn. So yeah, that was my second attack with the Hand of Harm. And then I'm gonna do for my bonus action. God, for my bonus action, you're gonna see Sarkis like looking like he's trying to like push real hard and like kind of wincing a little bit, barely even alive, completely bloodied, and then all of a sudden you're just gonna hear, and he just teleports away.
So as you teleport, the Abbot is going to swing twice into Eric. 17 to hit.
Shield.
And then a 19 should miss as well. And it will be on Eric.
Okay, I'm going to. Where is it? Where is it? So just to get the mental picture, I have the whip in one hand and my rapier in the other, correct?
Sure.
Okay. I am going to attack with my rapier.
Solid hit. And he'll move out of the way of that one.
I'm going to use my action surge.
And he'll dodge the second one, but the first will still hit.
Okay, I think that, yeah, that will be it.
Nunya, what are you doing?
I'm going to place the bow on the table and use a free action to take one of my short swords, and a full action to take the other one out. And I'm going to move closer to him.
Just throwing it out there. I don't know the stats or anything, but is that sword that you got good? Because it might be worth using that instead of rapier.
See, I'm like iffy on if I actually want to use the sun sword in this case.
I mean, I don't know what kind of does he look like an angelic looking creature, a demonic looking creature, like no real distinction?
Yes, feathery white wings. Everybody can make a religion check here.
Yeah, it might not be a good idea because he might have some kind of resistance if it does like radiant damage or something.
Pretty sure he's an angel, Sarkis. But the other two don't necessarily pick up that right now.
Yeah, and I don't really know anything about that sword either. So yeah, do your thing. My bad. I was just throwing it out there.
So I'm going to use my second action to attack him. Then bonus action.
Both of those attacks will hit. You can only do Colossus Slayer once per turn.
Yes.
And you said you hexed her strength checks. Is that disadvantage or is it a negative D4?
Disadvantage. But it's only ability checks. It's not actually like anything like saving throws or attack rolls.
Gotcha. You're just going to see as Vasilka enters a bit of a rage and kind of charges into Eric holding the Abbot, and it's going to go to Sarkis.
Gotcha. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna run back in there and smack him. So you see like Sarkis like teleports away, and then as soon as he reappears, he just starts like charging back forward, gets like a nice big running start, and then like jumps up, and I'm gonna go for an unarmed strike.
Did you mean to not actually move next to him?
Oh, I don't know. My screen I'm next to him.
Looks like you're either punching Nunya or you're punching Eric right now.
Oh, yep. Sorry, that's my fault. I like mistook Eric for him. Yep.
So that's like 100% a key punch where you like punch out at him and just miss him. And then it's like in the moment of how you extend your finger that you push all of the force into his chest and kind of blast him back.
All right,
That's
so
total you just found his AC.
I got you. Yeah, that was a good way to describe it. I'm spending one more key point to do Hand of Harm again on him. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to do Flurry of Blows, and I'm going to do one strike at him, and then I'm going to do one heal on myself.
So he'll dodge the fury.
Still extremely bloody.
So yeah, I think both of these attacks are actually going at Sarkis here. So first one, 13 to hit,
That's a miss.
and then the second one is a 12.
Oh, thank God.
So Eric's going to miss with his first attack. What are you doing with your rest?
That that's part of my action attack, or that I was meant to be Sentinel.
Rocking on a sentinel. All right.
That's what that attack was supposed to be. And so, what do I need to do to draw my great? Like, does it take an action to draw the great axe?
At this point, it does indeed. It's your free action to do it, or you can drop your other weapons. Like dropping your other weapons, you can draw it with a free action.
I will do that. And with a free action, I'll pull out my great axe, and then go ahead and take.
So you're
Choose
relieved
flight.
from the grapple.
Yes.
First will miss, second hits. And with that second great axe swipe, you will see the first sign of his immutable form, shedding blood. Anything else? Otherwise, it's going to Nunya.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't think any of my feats jump in at this point.
Are you there, Nunya? What are you doing?
She's gonna use her short swords again.
You gotta close the distance here. First one's a hit, second one's a miss.
Spend an inspiration.
I'm going to spend one inspiration to hit him.
Justin, shut the fuck up! You should know this by now, Key. So 2 hits. Did you do that last turn, Key, where you moved up to him and you stepped away?
I think I just might have misplaced myself.
Are you moving away on purpose here?
No.
As Silka runs up, she is going to throw 2 punches out at Eric. She should hit with the first one.
Yep.
She'll do 12 bludgeoning damage to you. And then solid hit with the second one, doing another 16 bludgeoning damage to you. And I'll go to Sarkis.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go for another unarmed strike, and I'm just gonna yell out, "He's showing signs of weakness!"
Solid hit.
I'm gonna apply a poison to him. So for my second attack, I am going to. Yeah, I'm just gonna attack him again, unarmed strike. I'm gonna pump all 3 of my inspiration into that, so it's 17. And then for my
Looking severely wounded at this point.
nice. For my bonus action, I'm going to do the same thing again. Flurry of blows, hand of healing on myself, and a strike on him.
As he looks out at you, standing between the 3 of you, breathing heavy. No one makes me bleed my own blood. And you're going to see as his wings start to shred and feathers start to fall from his body, and his muscles are torn off. His body starts to look like scales, and his face grows into a long neck. And before you, there is now a dragon. And it's going to go to Eric.
Okay, I'm going to, let's see, attack twice.
Both of those are going to miss as you just plink off of the dragon scales.
And then bonus action, second wind.
And I'll go to Nunya.
She's just gonna use her short swords again.
Solid hit on the first one. Colossus Slayer requires it to be missing hit points.
Yes.
So I don't think the Colossus Slayer is going to take effect, as this creature is at full hit points.
All right. Bonus action.
And you notice your swords are far more effective at this creature's flesh and how they tear at it and strike at it than they were with the Deva.
So do we get the impression that he like cast a spell and like transformed into this creature?
Vague importance on the words cast a spell, but he became this creature.
Okay, I got you.
You've seen him already kind of change shape from when he was just the abbot to his actual form, where his wings sprouted. Like his cloak that whole time were his wings that were wrapped around him like a purple cloak. And you saw as you guys took to battle that they became white feathers, and he like unfurled his wings. So his form is changing. I don't think you necessarily need the words cast a spell in that.
Animorph?
But after Nunya, it will be Vasilka. Yeah, I think Vasilka is going to run behind you all. You can make an attack of opportunity if you would like, Eric. And then she is going to bash into Nunya with 2 strikes. She will be able to dodge out of the way of that. First attack should hit, and it's going to do 10 bludgeoning to you. Second attack, I don't believe will hit you, but you would need a negative AC.
Oh,
And it's gonna.
with defensive duelist, it gives me a +3, bringing me up to a 16.
She has a 19 to hit you there.
Okay. And it was 20, you said?
Nope, for a 10. And it's gonna go to Sarkis.
Okay, so when he shifted form that last time, it he no longer appears to be like injured.
That's correct. You now see before you a large creature that is very much dragonoid. It has a large, huge face, almost the size of the body it was there before you. Big green unfurled wings, as well as just like dark black and green scales all across the creature.
All right, I'm going to do I'm just gonna go for unarmed strike against him.
First one is going to miss. The second one as well is going to miss. Second one's going to plink off of its scales.
And then for a bonus action, I'm going to. Guess I'm just. I don't know. I'm going to. Guess I'm gonna spend one key point and do. I don't even think it matters. I'm just gonna do for my bonus action. Unarmed strike against. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for an unarmed strike against him.
That solid strike into it. You're able to like force the power of your key into this creature.
And I'm just gonna hand of harm it with my last key point.
Hand of harm is specifically necrotic damage.
Yeah, the damage from hand of harm is necrotic, correct? And the condition is poison.
You'll notice that it doesn't have the same effect in how like the tendrils of the necrosis would like stretch through the body of the deva. This creature doesn't seem affected in the same way.
By the necrotic, can I tell anything about the poison? Well, I guess it doesn't matter anyway.
Well, my point is to say, like, the necrotic damage happens. He picked this creature to not be poisoned by you. You were the reason that he changed. Specifically, a green dragon is immune to the poisoned condition.
Oh, I got you. But not immune to necrotic. Okay, I got you. I get what you're saying.
Yeah, like before I would say, like, when you hit them, the necrosis would like grow through their flesh, and that's the like poisoned condition of the necrosis. Versus this is just like that blast happens and then it's done like with his flesh. There's no like lingering effect. Tsolenka, my dear. Don't be afraid. And as it says afraid, you're just going to see as this creature just billows out a green flow of air that's just like thick, and it's almost like soupy in how it's billowing from this creature's mouth. And as it touches your flesh, there's a feeling of burning. I need all of you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Save, right?
Yeah, Constitution saving. Yep. So holy shit, that rolled high. Nunya, you are going to take 25 poison damage. I think all of you are going to take 25 poison damage because I think you have resistance to inhaled poison, Sarkis.
Yeah, resistance to inhaled poison, yep. Or no, it's advantage versus inhaled poison. I don't know.
All right. So yeah, it would give you the same thing. It would give you that 17 instead of the 7. So yeah, all of you are going to take 25 poison damage as this creature's breath flows out from its mouth. And it's going to go to Eric.
All right, I'm going to, surprise, just attack twice on the dragon.
I am going to fall unconscious from that hit.
Both of those are solid strikes. Does anybody have a healing potion in the group these days?
I have an herbalism kit.
I don't have anything.
Word. So anything else from Eric? Otherwise, it's going to Nunya.
That should be it for me.
All right, so I have a proficiency with an herbalism kit, so I can create an antitoxin like any potion of healing it lets me.
I mean, you can't create that in combat. Potion of healing is an 8-hour endeavor.
Okay. All right, I'll give that a mind. All right, I'm just gonna do the same thing with the short swords.
First two are going to miss, and your bonus action is going to hit, and the dragon is going to look bloodied. So Vasilka is going to punch out twice at Nunya. Doing 19, and then the second one will miss.
I'm down.
Death saving throw from Sarkis. You're all alone. Your time is through. What are you doing, Eric?
Here's if I bow, can I? I'm going to talk to him and say, if I bow, will you spare the others?
You're just trying to ask him that?
Yes.
All right, death saving throw from Nunya and from Sarkis. Your friends' lives are forfeit. You can bow and see then if there is mercy.
It's back to me?
Yep.
I bow. And I beg for mercy.
So death saving throw from Nunya and Sarkis. He's going to change his form back into his angelic form, and as he reaches out to Sarkis, he's going to heal you. Um, 25 hit points. And then Nunya, even with a nat 1, it's not enough that it is a problem. He will heal you as well. And you'll get 19 hit points back. And as he heals each of you, he's going to look to the three of you. You will find yourselves free to leave, but I warn you, do not return to this place. You will not come here in anger twice.
So when we come to, is he still bloodied? Back in his like angel form?
He is not in like perfect condition, no.
So he doesn't look like he healed himself? He still looks like extremely bloodied?
He's definitely not fully healed.
Okay, I got you. I mean, it's up to you guys what you want to do here, but I'm thinking we try to fight him one more time. Obviously, we're like pretty fucked up, but this is our only chance to get the stone. So if we can get the jump on him, maybe we can knock him out. I mean, obviously, the other option is we just leave, but
I feel like if we attack him, he's probably going to turn back into the dragon. But like, what other forms does he have that we're not aware of? So I feel like it'd be worse for us.
well, I mean, he was extremely bloodied before, so if he gave himself like roughly around the same amount of like healing, he still looks bloodied. So he maybe has 25 to 50 hit points left. I mean, we can just leave if you guys want, but I mean, it's up to you guys.
Or there's a possibility that we go for Basilica and try to take the stone out and run.
I mean, there's no way we're going to be able to like knock her down, potentially take out the stone, and then run away. The only option would be for us to just all try to roll high on initiative, attack him, and take him down before he can polymorph or whatever, transform into something else. The other option would be to just leave or try to like break back in and attack him after a rest. But again, we assume at that point in time he would be fully healed as well. So it's sort of like the chance for us to either go all in on trying to take him out or leave.
What do you think before?
I don't know, because it's like, this is a really big risk if we do attack him again. It's like, I don't even want to say it's a 50-50. I want to say it's like a 30-70.
I mean, looking him over, does he look like he's just bloodied or does he look extremely bloody?
I mean, are you guys sitting here spending an awkward amount of time like sizing him up? Because I feel like that's gonna show.
No, I don't think it would be like an awkward amount of time, but I mean, I knew what he looked like when he was just hurt a little bit. I knew what he looked like when he was extremely hurt before he turned into a dragon. So does he look better than when he turned into a dragon? Does he look the same? Does he look somewhere in between?
Roll a perception check. He looks about the same.
I mean, it's up to you guys what you want to do.
This plays into Eric's backstory, so what do you want to do?
Jesus, oh man, this is one of those high risk, high reward situations, or do you take the easy road but there is the potential that he'll have his other children or whatever beside him to attack.
I mean, it pretty much comes down to, do we roll high on initiative, and can we kill him in a single round of combat? That's what it comes down to. I mean, I'm not going to attack him if you guys don't want to, because I don't want to like potentially kill off your characters. But I think that's the way to go right now. Because if obviously we can maybe get the surprise on him if I just like all of a sudden come to, jump up and attack him. Maybe we die, but I mean, it is what it is.
I mean, I always have if uh,
All right, as I come to, I'm going to jump straight up and try to get the jump on him and attack him.
Roll initiative.
Oh shit, Nunya's feeling it too.
I didn't believe in the heart of the dice.
All you have to do is just like manifest a crit.
Kavi got greedy and got two. Or sorry.
Can I have her other one?
I mean, if it's allowed, I'll give it to you.
Guys just avoided a TPBK. Like you got healed by your enemy.
It's Curse of Strahd.
Yeah, and I don't want to kill you off in the last fucking act. Sarkis, go.
All right, I'm going unarmed strike against him.
You strike out at him with 3 of your punches, and you see as the light in his flesh stronger, and all 3 are going to miss. Your connection to him is protecting him. You are all fools. He's going to turn invisible. Nunya, what are you doing?
She's gonna risk it. She's gonna drop one of her swords and she's gonna draw out Sunny.
You're just gonna hear as you light the blade. Strad! Where is he? Feed me. What are you doing?
She's gonna be like, "How's an angel for now?"
What are you actually doing, though, Nunya? Just lighting up the blade and doing nothing?
I'm going. Can I try and like sense him out with primeval awareness?
Because why?
He's invisible.
But do you have like angels as your?
As celestials. I have aberrations, celestials, dragons, elementals, fae, fiends, or undead.
Yeah, I mean, you can burn the spell slot. Yes, he is indeed within 1 mile of you. Any bonus actions?
No, but I do relay the information that he's within a mile.
The hex
Uh,
there is gone also, because I like took damage and went unconscious and everything. Just
Vasilka is going to punch out at Sarkis and then at Nunya. So Sarkis, big ol' fail. Nunya, 17 should hit you. And she'll do 13 damage. And then to Eric.
Okay, I would like to does oh, I see. Shit, that'll hurt everyone. If I did Thunder Wave, it hits everyone.
I believe Thunderwave says every creature.
Um, can I cast it out in front of me from uh to the west of me and then not get hit?
You could definitely cast it to the west of you.
I might as well because it gives me a chance at hitting something. All right, I'm gonna cast it at second level.
It's the loud booming sound of thunder. And it should go to Sarkis.
And we have no clue where he's at right now, I'm assuming, right?
That's correct.
We're outmatched. We need to get the hell out of here. And I'm gonna try to push what's her face away from me. I think isn't that an action? Like an attack push? It like pushes it back 5 feet or something?
Yeah, I feel like it's part of the grapple.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go for that one. So can I with the like push check or whatever, is that always strength or can I try to like post and do like a dexterous version? I've never actually done it before.
It's technically always strength, but you can certainly try. So you're doing an acrobatics check to push her?
Yeah, sorry, I had to look it up. Okay, so it's the shove attack is what I want to do, and it says yeah, I can do strength or athletics acrobatics. So I'm gonna do like the dexterous version of it, and it says it uses one of my attacks. So if the first one doesn't work, I'm just probably gonna do it a second time.
You're able to push her?
Okay, so now that she's like more than 5 feet away from us, I'm just gonna yell out, "Run and don't get hit on the way out!" And then I'm just gonna use my movement to like run like as far as I can.
It is difficult terrain for you to move where Kavi was there. Because I think both of you are small.
Well, I have like that halfling ability. I don't know if that will work, but it lets me move through squares that are occupied. Oh, but it might only be creatures that are larger. I don't know.
Yeah, she's small as well, though, is the point.
Okay, I got you.
Oh,
So
wait, you're actually medium, though. I think it still takes effect. I think the problem is that it's for larger creatures, like large or bigger.
yeah, it says larger than yours. So okay, well, is it like just an extra 5 feet to like move into the square with her, and then it's
Yeah.
normal after that? Okay.
Yep. And then you guys are going to see as Vasilka just whooshes straight up into the air and smashes through the stonework above.
Can we move yet, or
Nope, I am getting some attention to some creatures that heard the thunder wave.
gotcha?
Did she like bust through like the ceiling basically? Like forcefully
Yeah.
like fly out? Okay, I got you. So it seemed like he maybe was like pulling her away so we couldn't hurt her or take her.
You straight up pushed her into his arms. If he had done thunder wave towards the two of you, he would have hit her and him. You were thinking the right idea. He was just going for Vasilka.
Oh, I got you. So it's like he grappled her and then like flew through the roof basically.
Exactly. So Nunya, you can take your movement. You'll all see as Cloven comes down from above and he just kind of surveys everything. Master? Oh, what have you done to the master? Then it's going to be on there.
I will dash however far I can get. Where's the stupid tool? And that ends my turn. Also, it's pretty much time for me to go.
Word, yeah, I mean, that's all the big stuff that's going to go on here, so
Okay,
I
I'll
think
see.
everything from this point on is just going to kind of be triage.
Did we level up yet or not yet?
Nope, you guys have to rest to level up, so there's not going to be a level up at
Fair.
present.
All right, I'll see y'all next time.
Later, buddy.
So this is a big ass map. So you might have to scroll. Oh, I still have it actually hidden inside. I'll have to reveal that real quick. But scroll towards the kind of bottom center. You should be able to see everything. Ah, my turn order shows it all still set, and yours does not. So as you step out of the front door, what would you like to do, Sarkis?
Is the door already opened, or do I have to open it?
Like your free action opening it, yeah.
Okay, cool. So when I like look out, do I see? I remember those creatures were what, like chained up when we came in.
Yeah, there's still like a row that are in cages in that bottom kind of right like angle. And then there's like a well in front of you. The one creature who was like actually chained up was against a pole, like on the other side of this courtyard. And then other than that, there's like storage cabinets and a large, which you've heard referred to as the asylum in the northeast of the courtyard. Right,
Okay.
it's just straight north.
And how tall is like the wall that's like around castle?
Like 20 foot, 25 foot.
Okay, here's what I'm thinking. They're the like three like box things that are on the bottom of the map there. Are they what are those exactly?
They look a lot like just storage sheds.
Okay, I got you. So what I'm thinking is potentially jump in the wall instead of like running through like the whole ordeal. So either grappling one of them like willingly and then jumping. I know it like halves my movement. Um, or like maybe jumping over with a rope first and then them like coming after it.
Yeah, I mean, you straight up know all three of you are quite athletic, so there should be no general problem with how you manage any of that. And those storage sheds certainly cater to it. They are not the height of the wall itself. So if you run to the south there, you can do, it's not even really even like a leap for you at that point. Like it's stepping up 10 feet on top of the storage shed to step up 10 feet on top of the wall, and then you can kind of like float down the other side. So getting out through that southern way, very simple task for you to do. If you want to do it with a rope, that's simple enough. I think trying to do it with Nunya would be viable, but I feel like you leaping with Eric is pretty much impossible. I don't know where to draw the line on boots, but I feel like a creature that is effectively like 4 times your weight is probably going a little bit too far.
Yeah, I know like if I'm carrying somebody at halves my movement, so I'm normally 45, so it would take it down to 20, and I would have to like move 10 feet before I make the jump. So I don't think it's like I don't know how that would work with like a dash/jump action or whatever. But whatever needs to be done, I'm game for.
Yeah, like I said, I think if you jump over with a rope, there is zero problem with worrying about the three of you getting over that wall. When you guys went to sneak into the church, everybody leapt over that fence with zero problem.
Okay, well I guess I'll run up to the wall, and then can I like hold my action to jump once Nunya like grabs hold of me, or once like she gets up to me, and I'll like jump over with the two of us or something like that?
That's where it becomes a standing leap. What do the boots say about the standing leap? If you're holding your action, it's not like a running jump anymore. It's you running, stopping, and then leaping.
Yeah, I got you.
Like I said, I feel like you guys have zero problem if you just get up top of the wall and have the rope for them to basically assist themselves getting over it. I don't think anybody in this group has problems climbing. I don't think you're abandoning anybody if you get yourself up on top of the wall.
Right. Well, it says I can jump 3 times my normal movement, and like to jump from a standing jump is normally 12 feet, so it would be 36 feet. But I don't actually have a rope, so I can't really like throw a rope to somebody. So can I maybe like see Eric's rope on his like pack or wherever he has it, and like use my action to take his rope and then run and jump with the rope over? Is that viable?
Yeah, you'll have to burn those like 20 feet to get beside him and then get back to where you are.
So if I move like 5 back next to him.
No, that's what I mean 10. Like 10 back to him to get to his back, and then 10 to like lap him again because you're moving so much faster than he is.
Okay, I got you. So I took 20 movement away and I'm back where I started with the rope now and no action, right?
Yeah, just movement is burnt right there. I guess it's your free action on some level, but I don't think dropping like one end of the rope counts as any sort of action.
Well, I already used my free action to open the door. So that's 45 total with the rope now. And then I'm going to drop one end of the rope and then use my dash to like jump. Is that possible?
Like step of the action bonus, like isn't that what it is? Step of
Oh,
the
wait,
movement?
no. Yeah, I can't do that because I don't have any more key points left. So I guess I'll just have to do like run to there with the rope maybe.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean, I feel like you guys are thinking a whole lot more. If your plan is to run away from this place, I don't think you guys are going to have any difficulty.
Oh, well, I definitely feel like that's the plan. I mean, we have to try not to die right now. We're all pretty weak. I'm assuming pretty well out of everything. And I mean, while he was potentially hurt, he could have healed himself by now. He clearly can fly. Like, I feel like we pretty much have to just like leave and at absolute bare minimum get a short rest. So,
So if Nunya is following him along that path, that your plan as well, Key?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'd say at this point, you all can, we can step it outside of the initiative order. I feel like by the time you guys get over that wall, it's going to be long before the other two arrive. You've got Cloven from behind you who's kind of like pleading and confused as to what's going on. But you all can make your way over the wall. And what do you have in mind as you are on the south side of the Abbey.
We have to get out of here. I don't know exactly what happened, but we need to go. We're clearly outmatched.
And we're on the edge of a cliff, right?
Yep, you all are looking down the cliff right now at Kresk.
What's the drop height?
Like 500 feet.
Yeah,
You guys need to go to the west, and basically you are going to probably be faster than Siegfried and Otto, but you just kind of want to, peek your heads around the corner and see they're not there anymore, and kind of run for the front gates, or just run over the actual gate and the same thing that you did there, and then you're basically going to go down pretty much the same way you all came up. Going down that cliff is certainly dangerous if you guys are in the least bit afraid for your life.
Can we just do something like that? Kind of run down the south end of the building towards the west, and then like I know you said like each one of those was like a big like step down or whatever, but could we basically try to just like flank all the way down like the west side?
Yeah, like if you climb over that wall on the west side of this area, you're going to be in the pretty much the same situation where there's another cliff face where you're pretty much going back to the road. The road is the only way down that is not essentially like walking over a cliff. But again, that's where I feel like the Thunder Wave is going to work to your aid, because Siegfried and Otto are right now going back towards the chapel to figure out what the thunder was.
Okay, yeah. So like when we get up towards like the bottom corner of the like castle or whatever, let's like peek out, I guess, and see that we don't see them or whatever, and then we can try to go towards the gate, or we could just try to jump the wall straight up where we're at, and then try to get back on the path or whatever.
Precisely.
And then the real question is, do we want to try to like hide out somewhere in the town and get a short rest and try to go back, or do we want to go somewhere else and just try to get out of there, get a long rest, and potentially come back and try the fight all over again, but it'll probably be even harder, or just abandon this part of everything altogether?
I think at the very least we'll need a long rest.
Yeah, okay. So I guess I mean realistically though, like we could probably just get back over that gate pretty easily, like the initial gate. And now that we've kind of scoped the place out, I don't see any reason we wouldn't just completely leave the town right now.
The problem is if we completely leave the town, there's a chance we're not going to be able to get back in without struggle.
Well,
So
that's what I mean. Like the gate in the front of the town was only like 20 or 30 feet high or whatever. So I feel like we can pretty easily like do a rope trick to get over the gate and then just try to like sneakily come back to like reattack him or just whatever. But if we don't leave the town, I think it's very unlikely we'll be able to get a long rest like while we're here. I don't think somebody's gonna like just like hold us up. You know what I mean? They all seem like pretty afraid of him or like pretty much like subservient to him.
So getting out of here, where do you think we should go at this point? Because I don't see Valakai being quite an option right now.
I was thinking like kind of like camp out like in the woods or something like that, low key, not like go all the way back to like town. I mean, I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation too because it's not like we can just go back and fight him again because like Eric's not even here right now, so it's not like we can try to run it back.
Well, we could attempt to like stay with the Druids. I mean, like I would say, like we're not quite friendly, but cordial at the very least.
I mean, I guess we could go to like Lake Baratok. That's like probably our closest ally. I mean, obviously the Huntress isn't going to be there, but we could like go stay in her tower.
That works.
Yeah, so I guess that would be our best option to try to like sneak or whatever our way out of town, like run our way out of town, like down the road out the front gate and like leave peacefully, and then try to go to like Lake Baratok, to the Huntress's tower.
Yeah, I don't see any reason why they wouldn't just like let us leave.
I feel like I might have pressed the wrong button. Taking Old Svalich Road to Lake Baratak?
Oh yeah, that was the first we heard you talk. Taking Old Svalich Road, yeah, and then like the path, like the dotted path, up to
Gotcha.
Lake Baratok. Yeah, I think that's our best bet. And like you said, Key, I think they don't know what happened probably. So if we like full on are like dashing towards the front gates or whatever, I don't think they would like know why we're trying to leave or anything. So maybe with like a deception check or two, we could like get out of there.
I don't think we really need to touch it. I think we just like kind of just been like, okay, bye, and just like walk our way out.
Like we have pressing matters, and they're like, "What are your pressing matters?" And they're like, "We have to leave." That not deception. I mean, I'm equally bad at deception and performance, so I don't think it matters. But
I mean, I have a plus 0 to both, so like we're both equally bad. So like it's worth a shot.
the other option, like go all the way towards like the front gate, and then try to like stealth out, like over the wall with a rope or something like that, so we don't have to try to deceive them. We could try to be like stealthy. But yeah, I think most importantly, just try to get out of there without a conflict. 'Cause I know Eric's pretty low. I know you're pretty low. I'm like at half now, and I have one healing left.
Oh, I'm bloodied at the moment.
Yeah, so definitely try to avoid conflict as best we can. So if we can try to like sneak out the front gates, I think that's the best way to go.
You're gonna stealth your way out?
Yeah, I think like keep it quick up until we get close to the gate because we don't want him like gaining on us, and we don't want any extra time for him to like alert them either or fly up or like magically tell them or anything. But then once we get close to the gate, I think if it looks like there's like guards around, try to sneak to like an area nearby, and then I could jump over with the boots, with a rope, and then like they could climb up behind me or something like that.
Is there any like from what we know about the abbot, like is there any chance that he would actually follow us out of Kresk? And I feel like the guards don't even know what he is or who he is.
I don't know. It sounds like they basically never see him outside of there. But I think the best bet is to try to avoid confrontation. So, like, we're all pretty sneaky overall. So that's why I said I think that's the best bet.
All right, that's fine.
So round of stealth checks from y'all. And yeah, I think that's sufficient that you all can just hop over one of the walls and kind of make your way out.
Okay, sweet. And then, do you want to go straight to Lake Baratok before we try to rest or anything? Just like full on, like try to jet?
Yeah, I think it's just best I go straight there.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Yeah, so I think overall you all can make your trip. There's a pretty seamless movement for you all, and you can make it there. And you all remember the way inside of the actual tower, and you know the way to control the golems. You make your way up to that top floor where there's at least a place to rest, and you all can take a long rest.
Sounds good to me.
So, as you all take a long rest, what have you in mind for the next day to come?
He'll be expecting us on our guard, on his guard, maybe heightened defenses, or maybe that's the last thing he would expect for us to come back after leaving so wounded with our tail between our legs. I I don't remember exactly what happened. I remember the darkness and when I came to striking out at him and I couldn't get my hands on him and then he was gone.
I think his defenses are going to be higher. He knows how important that stone is for us.
What was she using to shift shapes? Was that magic? Is he some form of druid? I never seen anything like that before. Can I do some kind of like arcana or religion check to see if I can figure out what the hell he was doing?
Each of you can do a religion.
Yeah, nice, nice, nice.
Yeah, so I think between Nunya's ability hunting celestials and your own understanding from the monastery, you two are able to easy enough piece together that divine beings don't have a mutable form. He can take whatever form he would like to hold. There is absolutely no limit on what shape he can hold.
And do we have any like idea, I guess, after like fighting him? Because the thing that's throwing me off about the situation is because Nunya has that ability, we know when he shifted into the dragon that he gained all the dragon's hit points or regained all of his hit points. So do we have any like idea how that works, like mechanically or like game wise?
I mean, for what it's worth, I would say in general, no, you all don't really have an understanding of what's going on there, other than it's pretty druid like, where the form he takes has its own hit points, and about the only way to do damage to him is when he's actually in his form.
If he can shift as much as he wants, and once he shifts, he wasn't injured based on what you could tell. Nanya, I know you're a hunter. It means that we have to either stop him from shifting or somehow I I don't know. I really don't know. I would try to paralyze him, but the poison effect was working on his regular form, but he shifted into the dragon to stop the poison. But the paralysis effect wouldn't work on his regular form, but perhaps that could work on the dragon. I really don't know. I don't know how we could defeat him. Pure luck or just pouring everything into him. Maybe if you tried the sword, I know you were hesitant to use it, but it is it not powerful?
I can't say how much the sword will work on his regular form because they both do radiant damage. But maybe on the dragon has a better effect. But at the same time, it's just what other form can he take that we don't know about? Because he
Probably has many options and appears very wise. We know he's old, so if he knew that leaving his regular form and shifting into the dragon would give him resistance to my effects, perhaps once he shifts, I should try to paralyze him, or once he shifts, you should try to hurt him with the sword. I don't know. We have to just try to be resourceful, I think. Maybe if we got the jump on him, he waited he waited quite a while to shift. I think if I would have cursed him instead of her, maybe things would have been different.
maybe he only shift after a certain amount of time.
All I could think is if we tried one more time, but I don't know. I seems like we've come so far to just give up now. And who knows if we don't try again soon, it may not be an option later. I think the least likely thing he would expect is for us to return right away and try him again.
Well, it seems he knew we were going to like arrive at some point, so maybe he already knows that there's a chance we arrive now. It's as if he could predict the future.
He was expecting us, so maybe he has some ability to see what we're doing or know what our intentions are. Or perhaps he just expected Eric to return at some point in time. He did seem wise, like he knew about us.
It's as if he knew we were looking for the stone specifically.
I think he definitely knew that we were after the stone. But if he possesses one of the stones, he may have some other link to the other two or know what we had done. So he may have known because of the stones. He may have some sort of link to Eric. There's no way of knowing for sure, but so like out of game, what are you thinking, Key? And what are you thinking, Jared? Obviously, we don't have Eric here to try to like redo the battle if that was what we were going to go for. But also not to be meta either, though. But if we were going to level up, that might give us a better chance of beating him too.
I mean, it definitely won't make it worse.
I mean, I don't really get much from leveling up because my plan was to take Mage Slayer, and I don't think he really like cast any spells or anything. I would gain some hit points, and I would have one extra key point, and then also we gained a lot of knowledge there, like knowing that I need to not use my key point to try to stun him, and knowing that I need to not use my poison if he shifts into a dragon. That's like 2 free key points that I won't waste, plus one more for leveling up. Plus, like, I used 2 there on healing, which is obviously not ideal. And I rolled pretty bad overall. So, oh, go ahead.
Did he took more damage from like a sword slash physical attack than he did like the battle axe for some reason? I don't know if that's just like because I was really high, or
He
that's
was resistant to everything you all were throwing at him, except for what Sarkis said. Until the dragon form no longer had that physical resistance.
Yeah, see, so even if you attacked him with the magic sword and he was resistant to the like light damage or whatever it's called, he would still, it would be a magic weapon. So I wonder if it would still just be the same. And then, like, I'm assuming that that weapon does more damage than like a regular rapier would. So, but I mean, I don't know. It would be a crapshoot. Worst case scenario, you attack him once, he takes like no damage because he's like full on immune to it, and then you just don't use it anymore. Best case scenario, he's not resistant to it, and he just takes a bunch of extra damage because it is magical, and also it's a better weapon. And then medium scenario is he's resistant to it, so he takes half, but it's still better than just a regular weapon. So, and then also, if I would have hexed him instead of her, the hex would have, every attack I hit him with would have been an extra d6 damage that whole entire time until I got blasted with the magic.
We also know, like, not to physically attack what's her face at the moment.
Yeah, and like that first round, Eric grappled him, so that was basically like a waste of 2 attacks because he just like grabbed hold of him and it doesn't really do anything. It just gives him speed 0. So that's like 2 extra attacks. Plus, like I could basically not. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's a
It's
lot of
only
stuff
one
we could
attack.
do different. What's that?
It's only one attack.
Oh, like he grappled him and then still got to attack after that?
Yeah, grappling is the same as the pushing. They're both like the same. It's
Oh,
taking the
okay.
attack action to do either a grapple, a push, or a shove. Or rather, a grapple, a shove, or something else.
So wait,
I feel like
you,
there's
you
3.
said he was resistant to all the attacks, but the axe, if Eric would have actually hit him ever with the axe, he would have been not resistant to that, probably, right?
That's correct.
Yeah, see, so I think that's what we have to do. I think we have to go back. We have to, like, try to go after him with all of our magic weapons at the same time. Because you guys would be doing double damage, potentially the same if you use the lightsaber. Eric would be doing double damage. I would be doing an extra d6 per attack. I would have not wasted a bunch of key points. I feel like we could beat him.
I also think we were able to play this out a lot smarter with the information we gained.
Yeah, for sure. And I think when he was extremely bloodied right at the end, I feel like we were close to taking him out. So literally like a couple good rolls or a couple more damage could have made the difference. So if it comes down to like you guys using magic weapons, he had to spend his whole turn basically like the time when he switched into the dragon, that took his whole action. So even though we can't probably chew through his form like in a single round of combat, it gives us the chance to basically get lucky and like uh knock him down before he can shift. I don't know. I mean, that's what I'm thinking. Or alternatively, like I was first in the combat and then he was after me and then you guys both went. So alternatively, we could potentially either be all 3 in front of him or like so we all get 1 round of combat before he goes because like all of our attacks in a row might be enough to take him out.
That just comes down to like luck of the die at that point.
Yeah, definitely. And like I rolled 1 crit there, which was good, but it wasn't like amazing. And then again, like I wasted multiple key points just trying to figure him out, which isn't ideal. And then also, if it was the other way around, where like one of you took a bunch of damage in the beginning, that would have been better because I can like pop you guys back up. You know what I mean? As where once I was extremely damaged, it was like if I can't get back up or avoid taking damage, I can't really like help you guys. You know what I mean?
Along with that long rest, could I have made potentially made a like a greater healing, a potion of healing?
No. You have to find the materials and go about it. So that's one of those things like you all can take some downtime where you do some stuff like that, like running around and collecting goods, but it takes time to actually craft things like potions. That is a magical item that you need to create.
I misread. I thought it came with the ingredients. Dang, just gives us the tools.
So what's your overall thought here? Y'all trying to push back towards it and actually force this while we have Will gone? Do you want to take some time to do other things and come back to the Abbot, perhaps when you are not expected? What kind of overall thoughts, like his immediate action, are you taking here this day?
I think it would be best to hold off until Eric comes back. Just because, like, having three full players is better than two. And don't get me wrong, I know you don't. I don't know how you feel about playing like Eric's character in a combat.
Well, I mean, I feel like we can certainly play his character. It's more a group of you all making a decision what he does.
I mean, I'm half inclined to think that there's like just picturing the Abbot just got attacked. He like chased us off. I think there's a 50% chance that he's expecting us to come straight back and attack him again, and a 50% chance that the last thing he would be expecting is for us to come back and attack him again. You know what I mean? So I feel like it's like the more time that goes by, the more time he would have to prepare and then be ready for us to potentially attack. So I'm not sure waiting actually gives us a benefit. But like you said, one benefit would be trying to get or make a healing potion or whatever. But I feel like the last thing we have in this place is time. I don't know. I'm half inclined to say we try it again.
Do you want to roll evens or odds for it?
Yeah, we can randomize it. I think that's as fair as anything.
So do you want to do evens? We go for it. Odds, we do something else.
Yeah, evens we go back and attack again right away. Odds we go do something else instead.
All right. So what's that something else?
What kind of something else do you all have in mind?
I mean, we can try to gather ingredients to make a healing potion. We can go to the Amber Temple. I feel like that's pretty much our two. We can go back and try to fight the witches again.
You know what? I think actually going to the Druids might be a better bet because they might have information on the Abbot. Just because he's been here so long, and so have they. So they might know something.
I mean, like, what druids are you talking about? Go to like past the Wizard of Wines to those druids? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
All right, for the interests of time, what kind of information do you all expect to learn about the abbot?
I mean, I honestly think we figured out enough stuff that we could beat him. Depending if we leveled up or not, whether that would even make a difference. But I feel like just the knowledge of the two of them actually using their magic weapons would be enough to beat him. And then obviously the hex and everything too. That's what I think. But
I feel like they could shed like a bit more light on the history because it's just kind of weird. Like, why is there an angel here and like around us, like controlled by a curse? Like, you would think
Well,
like
I mean, it didn't surprise me at all that he like turned into an angel. He was like a super holy, like godly dude. The whole time he was like talking about his religion and did we want to like serve his God and all that stuff. So when he's shifted into an angel, that was like I was not surprised at all. I mean, I wasn't
There's,
expecting it, but I wasn't surprised.
there's a silver dragon in this place that has all of his minions, and they too have been corrupted in this place. Why does an angel surprise you anymore? What kind of history do you expect to hear? I don't think you all have more information to collect about the abbot, is my overall point. Like, this place is a hell that if you come here, you are stuck here. Some creatures are powerful enough to come by choice and potentially get corrupted. Other creatures come accidentally. Some come because Strahd has brought them. Everything that comes here becomes more and more evil day by day that you are here. I don't think any of you should be surprised to hear those things.
So do you want to try to like gather up stuff and make a potion before we like, and then just go back and attack him? Do you want to just completely bail on this and go after the Amber Temple? I mean, like, I think Jared has made it pretty clear that like, if we go to the Amber Temple or go to Castle Strahd's Castle, that's pretty much a wrap. We're not going to have an option to get this stone. So if we try to like gather up the ingredients and you maybe make a healing potion and then we go in with the extra knowledge we have, I feel like that might be our best bet.
I mean, here's the thing overall that I would say. I'm not entirely sure how to present the Deva to you again, to present the Abbot to you in a way that gives you a chance to get the stone again. Um, he held off for long enough that you all had a chance, and I think the dice and choices turned away from that. And I'm not sure if he can be arrogant enough to let that happen twice. Um, I think at this point you all are reasonably sure that you can find Van Richten has probably gone looking for the Amber Temple, and that's one of the last places that you have not explored, is going up towards Mount Gekkus. And you really got most word of it since leaving Argynvost Holt. And I think the other thing that you all can have in mind is that once again, Strahd is inviting you all to his castle. Um, so, like, you guys can take some time and collect ingredients and make some potions, but I feel like you probably realistically have two choices ahead of you, going towards Ravenloft or going towards Mount Gekkus. Um, I feel like there might be a way to present the Abbot to you again. I'm not entirely sure how to do that.
I mean, we can't just like go back and try to sneak in and catch him off guard.
Well, that's kind of my overall thing, is I'm not sure how catching him off guard will exist. Like, not story-wise as to how, like, that person would act. I feel like on some level, the Abbot was essentially fleeing the Abbey.
all right, so there's a possibility it's not even there anymore, is what you're saying.
I
Yeah, I
mean,
mean,
let's be real though. If there's big parts of this we can't complete with three people, how are we ever gonna like beat Strahd? Like, I mean, let's be real here. It's like obviously he was pretty powerful. I'm assuming that Strahd is going to be much more powerful. So if we don't even have the ability to beat him, I don't think it's possible for us to beat Strahd, three of us, with any levels or knowledge or anything. So
Yeah, then I would say now is a pretty legit time to head towards the Amber Temple.
I mean, like for what?
It's the final key in this entire story.
Well, right, but I mean, we've done so much work to try to get the 3 stones. So if we can't get the 3rd stone, how are we going to ever be like strong enough to beat the big boss if we can't beat the second to biggest boss? Or maybe not even that high up.
In the normal Curse of Strahd, all those stones are good for is being able to produce wine in Barovia. That's all they do. If you were able to collect them in this, you were going to get an extra bonus. And that's all that was.
I mean, I don't care. I obviously my idea was to use magic items to fight the boss, and we went a different route. So you can make up whatever decisions you want from here on out.
So I feel like at least trying to get like a couple healing potions is important, just because we don't have like a dedicated healer at the moment. But I feel like that could also be done on the trip to like the Amber Temple.
Collecting supplies and taking the time to make them are two different things, though. So I think if you all took some time to actually be collecting supplies, you can take, like a day doing nothing and you can make probably 3 potions in that time. But you have to collect all of the supplies for 3 potions prior to that. So I think like if you all moved through the woods, making your way towards Mount Cacus, you could collect supplies over time, and then you could camp out for a day at some point and basically set up that camp to produce some potions.
Ah, I'm fine with that. With going that route.
So I'm pretty sure as a ranger, you have an ability that lets you move through terrain at a normal pace while collecting things. I feel like it might be your natural explorer.
Moving through the favorite terrain, it gives me like double for proficiency skills.
Yeah, but you find twice as much food while foraging, while tracking creatures, and you learn. Yeah, that's what I'm getting at. Is that you are twice as effective while foraging and traveling through a forest.
Yes.
So when you all are moving to the south, you can roll. What is that? Probably nature checks. Or Yeah, I think you've got survival, so you might as well go for the survival. And then Sarkis could do the same, nature or survival checks. So that would actually be a 27 from you, Nunya, with twice your proficiency. Yeah. So let's say, let me have each of you roll a d100. Yeah, so I'd say you can collect the ingredients for 3 potions and 10% of a 4th potion. So basically, like, you could write down for right now that you have 310% of a healing potion. And then every 8 hours that you can put into preparing that potion, you can turn into a potion. So then, if you are you the only one with a herbalism kit and the ability to make potions? It's like,
I have proficiency, but I don't think I actually have a kit.
um, yeah. So I'd say what you could do there, because I gave Nunya rolled like high enough that I basically gave her 3 times what she rolled, and because you and Eric rolled about the same, I gave you 2 times what you rolled there. So what you could do is you could leave Sarkis preparing potions, and then Nunya and Eric can go out for another day of collecting while he's making those like 3 potions, basically.
All right.
Does that sound good for you all?
I'm fine with it. Are you, Justin?
Oh yeah, I don't care.
So let me get another survival from you there, Kavi, Nunya. So roll a percentage die. Another D100. That's another 117%. So you would be at 427, and then do another survival. And then do another D100. So I would say in the time that it takes Sarkis to make 2 potions, you all basically replace that, and you would have enough to make 3 3/4 of a potion, to make 2. I forgot about actually sleeping. You can't just make them 24 hours in a row. So if you all take off, basically that's like 2 days, 1 day of traveling, collecting, and then 1 day of actually preparing the potions while the other 2 collect. And you've got 2 potions, and then you have enough to make 3 3/4 of a potion.
Alright, I think 2 is actually a decent starting point, and saving the herbs for like another time is actually probably a better idea.
So if you all are finished making potions, do you want to continue to progress towards the Amber Temple?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Can we like check the road to see if we see any like fresh wagon tracks or anything like that?
You all can move back towards the road and making survival checks. You can see what you can see. Uh, yeah, so as you all start to kind of climb into the mountains, you do see signs at times of wagons coming through here, or at least wagon wheels inside of the road itself. This is a very unused way of travel as you are kind of progressing down towards the Lake Luna there. Overall, you all are going to start to deal with some of the cold as you move through the pass, basically from the western edge of these mountains, making your way towards Lake Luna. There's some pretty extreme cold areas there. If I can have you two make Constitution saving throws, please. Excellent. So, as you all are pushing through, Everybody's feeling the signs of the cold moving through those mountains. But in general, you are able to make your way without much trouble. That next day of travel will get you all pretty much down to the Lake Luna, and have you all kind of like in the actual valley, uh, just kind of south of where you once found Berez and the witch, Baba Lysaga. But you all can continue forward. Do another survival for me, both of you, please. And then let me have each of you roll a D100 there. So I would say at this point you all have enough herbs for 5 1/3 potions right now. As you follow along, seeing the occasional tracks, everything's getting more and more wild. You all will pass through the valley around Lake Luna. And as you all start to climb into the hills in this area, you're kind of going back and forth through switchbacks, where everything's getting more and more sparse until you're kind of in like the snow-capped areas of these mountains. And I think you all are going to start to see, still kind of like above Lake Luna, uh, you're going to eventually come up to a point where there is a massive fortress that kind of crosses the actual gate of the road, and there's just a massive like green glow to the actual door, so you can see like signs that it looks like a normal kind of wooden door, but on the other side of it, or on your side of it rather, it just seems like it's almost fortified by a green glow, and it's just like radiating this light from it. What do you all have in mind as you start to see this area?
The door's closed.
It is indeed.
Is there a knocker on it?
What's that?
A knocker?
It's like a portcullis. It's just like a metal and wooden door. But the glow that is radiating from it is in front of you before you get to the door. Do you want to like walk into the actual glow to investigate closer?
Uh, is there a way to figure out if it's somehow like a poison that's just like I don't know how, but just like there?
What kind of ways do you have in mind that you would be able to test something like that?
Is the grass dead around it? That's like about the only thing I think of.
At this point, you're already like inside of like the snow. It's like permafrost up here. There's no longer vegetation.
So like no trees or anything either.
Nope. You're like on the side of this mountain, climbing into the kind of into the actual cloud.
Uh, I'll just touch it. Go the risky section.
Like hesitantly, or are you just like walking into it?
I'm just going to reach my hand out.
So as you start to reach towards it, your hand's going to start to burn as if you're sticking your hand into a fire. Any ideas from either of you?
I mean, is this just like green glowing just randomly? Like, does it look like there's a central point or like a source to like this poison fire?
I mean, I think for what you could understand, it's this gate is guarded by this green glow.
Do we see any kind of like ruins or sigils or anything? Anything that looks like any way we could go around this area to get past it?
So this is like the gate of a fortification on this side of the cliff. From what you can see, there is basically like the cliff side to your right, to kind of like the southeast of you, and then the cliff like goes up to like the northwest of you. otherwise, kind of looking through, I think you kind of would see um, beyond on the actual like kind of like peaks of some of these battlements. There seems to be like stone creatures, but there's no like sigils or anything like inside of the gate itself.
And like the greenness radiates big enough that it doesn't look like we could go around it and still get like over the gate or anything.
Bam. So if you scroll all the way down to this map, you can see a side view on the southwest, and then in the kind of southeast, that's your kind of top down view as you're like walking up this mountain pass.
And how big like is this radiating green cloud from like the central point? Like does it look really like dark and like concentrated right at the gate? And then it kind of looks weaker like towards the mountain or like within so many feet or anything?
In particular, it is definitely at the gate. Like it's pretty much, I think it's pretty clearly like this is protecting the gate or is a part of the gate. The rest of the battlement does not radiate the same light.
Can you see what I just drew on the map?
Yep.
Does it look like it's like that is like the area of danger type thing? Does it look bigger or smaller than that?
Centralized on the gate.
So can I try to like run and jump over it and try to land on top of like the stonework right there and see if I could like scout out what's going on or anything?
You can certainly try.
Okay, so I will like back up and then get like maybe like 30 feet behind it or whatever. And then I will try to run and jump and I'm going to try to land on top and I'm going to try to use like the statue on my left when I'm facing the gate, like as like the backboard for like a like if you were shooting a basketball, so I don't just like overshoot it and just fly into there.
So make a acrobatics check. As you leap up on top of this battlement, you're going to see on the other side there's a guard tower that is basically the right kind of backdrop of that, but that it's kind of separated from the wall itself here. And I think for what it's worth, you can pretty much see the rest of this actual pass kind of extending way off into the actual distance. And as you kind of land on top, you're just going to hear like the cracking of stone from your right, and you're going to see as this like vulture like creature's beak is already starting to show from within the stone as the stone crumbles away. Nunya, what are you doing?
She's just gonna call out and like see if there's actually anyone around that can actually like talk.
You're seeing the same creature kind of coming to life, and you're calling out to see if anybody can talk to you?
Or the creature itself. Try to like distract it away from Sarkis.
All right, Sarkis, this creature is coming to life as you land up on top of the gate. What are you doing?
Is this the one that I like smacked into, or is this the one that's other like next to me to the right, or is it both of them?
Both of them are coming to life right now.
Okay, I got you. Yeah,
My
I'm just
point
gonna.
here is to say that the green flame is one deterrent, these creatures are the other deterrent, and you all are about to fight them.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna attack it if we're like going into initiative. So yeah, pretty much as soon as you said it was coming to life, I figured they were kind of like guardians at the like door or whatever. Oh yeah, I like that they give you like both like views of that on there and everything though. It really helps with like the 3D when you have like the side view and the top down.
Wow, this is one of those, again, I was not prepared to actually bring you all to the Amber Temple today. So this is like straight up like the Curse of Strahd map of this area, instead of trying to get somebody else's version of it. I don't know if necessarily if I would find somebody else's version that they actually do the side view as well. But especially being on the cliff face, the side view does indeed help.
Yeah, because even just that little side view makes the like topographical map like 100% make so much more sense. Because if it was just the like, topographical map on its own, it would be like not nearly as clear. But having the side view too, you're like, oh, it's a giant cliff up on the left and a giant cliff down on the right. And then same with the guard tower. You're like, oh, okay, that's like the backdrop, but it's spaced back further, like deal. Did we fight a gargoyle before? I can't remember. I don't think we did we?
If we did, it would have been like in the very first couple of sessions, I believe.
All right, my apologies. I actually have to go to the bathroom, so let's take a break here. It doesn't necessarily have to be long, but